What's going on, guys? TheBrokenMachine here. Today we're doing a follow-up to a previous video that I did asking you guys what needs retiring from the series in Battlefield 5. Now we know the next Battlefield isn't 5 but 1 and it's taking place in World War 1, so many of these things me and you guys discussed are simply not going to exist in this time period. But it is likely many will return in some form or another. One of the things that's been bugging me lately is this in-combat system that so often gets in the way of some epic gameplay and teamwork moments. Take this clip. During this Pearl Market game of Rush, final MCOM, last man standing on the MCOM here, we could totally help this guy out and the game decides, nope, this guy's in combat, you can't spawn, game's over, it's gone. Here, I don't think the game should be able to decide when we can or cannot spawn. That should be up to us. And what does in combat actually mean in game? What are the conditions that have to be met to determine that status? We can't spawn on teammates behind cover, yet it will gladly spawn us in front of and next to enemies. It seems so random and incredibly annoying, especially when that spawn on a teammate close to an objective is the only thing that you can possibly use to help put the game in your favour. Now, if it wasn't for my faster reactions in that clip, the gunfight could have gone another way and we would have lost that push up the map. Also, in regards to teamwork, let's talk squad join. This feature that sounds so awesome makes it very easy to join your friends, but is incredibly annoying for everybody else. There's nothing worse than being stuck out of joining a squad and being left to travel across the map on your own. Conquest, this doesn't matter so much because you can just spawn in on a flag, but in Rush it is painful, especially on the larger maps. How about maybe we change squad locking to be temporary? Maybe friends can join for the next 5 seconds, then after you'll have to make another squad if you want your friends in. Squad join sounds so good on the surface, but it so often leaves players out of squads, with no players to join in on and not being able to fully take part helping out the team. Imagine being a new player, picking up the game and being stuck on your own. You know guys, I thought Battlefield was about team play, but this squad locking and squad join nonsense seems to get in the way of that. And also, what about 3D spotting? I kinda want this to be removed. I went on a bit of a rant last time. Some of you guys did mention that it should be reduced in some way, maybe less time spotted, or only show the last location and not follow where the player goes. I think that could be much more enjoyable. I mean, in the next game, do we really still want to be able to get shot through smoke or the weak walls of wooden buildings simply due to a Dorito floating around the map? I'm not so sure. I don't think many people actually want that. Other things that we discussed in that last video, not only by myself but by you guys in the comments, it does seem now that it's only really relevant to BF4. I think this World War 1 time period completely just blew us away and it was like, whoa, what is going on here? All that stuff that we kind of talked about is just not really that relevant anymore. But on the things that are relevant, I wonder if you guys have actually changed your minds since then. Is there anything that you think, maybe my opinion was wrong? Has this time setting, this time period, this World War 1 setting, has it changed your mind? Maybe some things don't need changing. I'd really be interested to see and hear your thoughts on that if you haven't. In the comments, Battle Bombino did mention that there should be a thing where you have to go to the objective. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but Pearl Market Rush did have the map turn into an out-of-bounds area as soon as the next set of MCOMs became available. That would be really cool, but very difficult to implement in other modes. But Rush, or this new operations mode, could certainly do it well. That operations mode is apparently having new maps with each objective though, so we'll have to see if they include Rush as well. But what about spawn protection? Do we really need this? Come on, you spawn in, you die, none of this nonsense where guys are just stood there and you're shooting tons of clips into them. I think that's something that could be removed and would actually benefit the game. I don't think there's many people who actually want it. Is there? Do you guys want it? The Magic Man 2010 suggested this game was too fast. Others said the same thing of the Battlefield 1 reveal. Do you guys agree? I'm not too convinced myself. I don't think Battlefield 4 is too fast. The Battlefield 1 reveal looked fine to me, to be honest. But again, it was just beta gameplay, which, you know, as with most betas, is mainly players just rushing around like crazy, having fun, until we really get to see the maps in the full game, or in the beta at least. We really don't know how they'll play out, or determine how fast they'll be. You know, we won't see that until the full game comes out, and then even then, after a couple of weeks, it'll change again. You know, on the first couple of days when a new game comes out, it's pretty hectic. Everyone's just everywhere. It's just mental. But after a while, it seems to calm down, and people figure out where they need to be, what kind of, you know, hiding spots they need to take, or camping spots, that kind of thing. So it all changes over time. In that last video, the common criticism of my complaints that I got was just go play hardcore. And, you know, honestly, I don't think that was a very good counterpoint. And the reason is, well, the reason I don't play hardcore is I basically don't like the lack of gunfights, the proper weapon balance, and because of those reasons, there is too much defensive kind of play, and often, but not always, resulting in some really dull gameplay that is, to be fair, it is fixed by high ticket count servers, but it isn't always enjoyable. I find hardcore is, some of the map balance is just completely thrown out the window. Weapon balance, that can go, and yeah, I prefer the normal mode. I think it is much better. I don't think hardcore is hardcore enough, honestly. Yeah, I really don't, but that's a whole nother topic. One last thing, what about classic mode? It seems a mode that would fix many of the complaints people have with Battlefield 4, but it never really took off. Mainly because hardly anyone really knew about it. I'm probably guessing some of you guys in the comments are like, what is classic mode? I've never even heard of this. And also, it wasn't advertised too well in the game's menu. But yes, I'm gonna leave it there. These are my thoughts, what needs retiring, changing, and yes. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until next time guys, my name is TheBrokenMachine. Thank you very much for watching, take it easy guys, hope you have a nice day, catch you later.